In this video, I'm going to see if I can record and mix a song using only what's included with the Focusrite Scarlett Solo Studio bundle. So I'm going to use the audio interface for recording my guitars and the microphone for recording my vocals. And for the actual recording and mixing, I'm only using the software that's bundled with it. So I'm using Ableton Live Lite as my DAW, and it only has 8 tracks available to it. So can we create a song using only 8 tracks? I think we can, and I think it's going to be fun to find out. I'm Zane. Welcome to Audio Tech TV. This video is sponsored by Sweetwater. They sent me this amazing recording bundle to make this video with, and if you want the latest pricing or if you want to get any more information on this Focusrite Scarlett Solo Studio bundle, be sure to check the link down in the description. And I just got to say that Sweetwater do an amazing job every single time that I order from them. I live in Canada and it still only takes 2 to 3 days every single time that I order from them. And that's amazing for living in Canada, and everything is so well packaged when it arrives. They do an excellent job. The next time you're looking for gear for your home studio, be sure to check out Sweetwater. Now I'm just going to connect my bass guitar and we're going to start recording this song. All right, so I've got everything connected. I've got my bass guitar connected. It's nothing fancy. I don't know if you can see it there. It is a glary bass guitar, so it's a pretty cheap bass guitar. And you can see on the screen I have everything kind of mapped out for my song. I like to do that. I like to map out my intro, verse, all of that stuff. I've got the tempo set. I've got all the tracks that I plan on using set up over here. And my bass guitar is ready to record. So what I'm going to do is just show a little bit of the recording and then I'm going to edit it. We'll move on to the next part so this doesn't drag on and on. We're just going to hear a bit of it and then we'll do the mixing all together. So let's get this recording. All right, so I have my bass guitar recorded. You can see that in here. I recorded it into parts. It might just turn out to be a scratch guitar depending on how it sounds all together. But now I'm going to record my guitar 1, which is just a Squier guitar. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it is a Squier guitar. Again, nothing too expensive. And also you can see on this track I have a guitar amp sim. It's one that comes with Ableton Live Lite. So here's what the guitar sounds like with that guitar amp sim. And that's what we're going to be recording right now. So let's get this set up for recording here. All right, so I recorded the guitar in, and I actually recorded a second guitar in. I didn't want to show that because it's the same thing. I just recorded it a second time, so it's slightly different. And I used a bit different setting in the guitar amp sim here. So we have our 2 guitars. I've got them panned left and right. And next thing I normally do is add drums. So for this, I'm using Easy Drummer 2. That's the drum plugin that I've normally been using here. And what I like about this is it has its own mixer section built into it, so I can kind of control each individual drum in here. Maybe not as much control as I'd normally have where I'd route these to their individual tracks, but because we're only dealing with 8 tracks, I'm just going to deal with it all within the plugin itself. And another thing that I like about this is when I'm building a song, I can just go into the browser here and I can go into, I like this pop punk for this. We have verse and we'll just give it a listen. So we'll start from the beginning here. Not what I want for that part right there. I think we'll use that for the intro. I'll just drag that. So that's going to be our intro section. And this might work for just the verse. Okay, that's too crazy. I just want this one for the verses. We'll drag that into there. Then we can use this for the in-between verse part. Let's hear how that sounds. Sounds good to me. We'll copy the verse back over to this next verse part. And then again, we'll copy this to here. And now we've got our chorus section to deal with. So let's go to chorus and hear what we have. I think I like this first one here. We'll bring that in. That'll be for our chorus part here. And I'll just continue doing this. I'll build it all together. Then we'll get into the next part, which is the vocals. You can see I've put together the whole drum pattern here for our song. And this is what we've got going on so far. Again, it's not really mixed or anything yet. I've got the levels kind of set up a little bit, but nothing's mixed yet. So it's not sounding the greatest, but we're going to record the vocals now and get that going. So here we go.
Never knew what I wanted to be. Didn't listen what they kept telling me.
All right, so I've laid down all my vocal parts in here. I've sectioned them off and kind of trimmed them up a little bit. I'll play a bit of the chorus so you can hear what's going on. Again, this isn't mixed or anything, so it's not going to sound the greatest.
Messed up and you're out of touch. The things around you don't matter much. People coming and going every day, and you wonder why you have no place to stay. Well, you're messed up.
All right, so that's a little bit of what's going on right now. And now we just have our backing vocals to do. So 3 more tracks left to do. Backing vocal 1, 2, and 3. And that will make up our 8 tracks that we're going to be doing. So 1 and 2 backing vocals are the same thing. So I'm just going to record 1 and then I'll do the second one.
Well, you're messed up and you're out of touch. The things around you don't matter much. People coming and going every day, and you wonder why you have no place to stay. Well, you're messed up.
All right, so now what I've done is recorded both of those vocals, plus I recorded the third, which is kind of the same thing where I just copy the where you're messed up part, and then I just do a ooh in there. Just got to edit this all up, but it's going to sound all right, I guess, when it's put together. So now I'm just going to go through and edit this thing, and I'll show you what I came up with. All right, before we continue on, I just want to give another big thank you to Sweetwater for setting me up with the Focusrite Scarlett Solo Studio Bundle. It's been a lot of fun working with this. It sounds great, and if you're just getting into home studio recording, this is an excellent bundle to get started with. So be sure to check out the link. Check out Sweetwater for any of your home studio gear purchases. They do a great job and have amazing prices and will get stuff to you very quick. Now, let's get back into this mix. All right, so I've got this all edited. I'll play you a little bit and then I'm going to kind of walk you through what I've done here. And I'm really happy with the results. So I'll just play the chorus because I really like the chorus for this song. So here's a part of that.
Well, you're messed up and you're out of touch. The things around you don't matter much. People coming and going every day, and you wonder why you have no place to
So yeah, that's how it sounds right now. So let's start with the top, which is the guitars here. And you can see I've put them into this group. So I have guitar 1 and 2 in this group, which is like a bus. And it's really nice that Ableton Live Lite allows you to do this. It kind of gives you another track to use. The only effects that I have on the actual guitar tracks themselves is that guitar amp sim on each one. And that's it. And then I have them panned left and right. Then on the group track, I've got this red compressor, which comes with the Focusrite Red plugin suite. And after that, I have this saturation knob. So this is the soft tube saturation knob, which comes with the time and tone bundle that comes with the Scarlett Solo Studio bundle. And after that, I have another instance of the red EQ. And after that, I just have this mid-side rack EQ here. And what I do with this is send it to the side so it kind of makes it sound wider. And I also add a little bit more up the middle. So when we're listening to it in mono, there's a little bit of guitar there in the center. And this is an Ableton Live plugin. It's built right into Ableton. You can just easily add that into your tracks. So that's our guitars. Now let's look at the bass, which is probably one of my favorite parts of this song is the bass. And what I have going on in here is a cabinet mic mixer, which is kind of to emulate a bass cabinet. I have that red EQ again, and then I have this red compressor, which is the other plugin that's included in that red plugin bundle suite. I have this boom capture, which is actually the channel EQ that's built into Ableton. So it's another EQ rolling off a lot of the low end and kind of adding some of the mids here, which is nice for the punk rock sound. And then I take out a lot of the higher stuff that we don't need for our bass guitar. And again, we have another compressor at the end here to just smooth it out again, smooth out those transients. So here's what the bass sounds like in the mix.
When you're messed up and you're out of touch, the things around you don't matter much. People coming.
I really like the bass line in this song. Let's move on to our easy drummers so you can see what we've done here. I've added an EQ in there. It's that red EQ. The compressor in there just to, again, control those transients a bit, make it sound a little tidier. And then this is, again, that channel EQ. I just found one of the presets in there and used that. And then at the end here, I have the Drummer S73, which comes in that time and tone bundle that's included with this whole bundle package. So this is kind of like multiple effects all in one. It has compression in there, and I think there's some EQ in there. It's mainly for mastering, but you can use this on buses as well. So moving on from drums, we'll go to our lead vocal track. And on the lead vocal, I have the red EQ again. Then I have this red 3 compressor. And then I have this mid-side rack EQ in there just to add a little bit more EQ at the end. And also another thing in here you'll see is that I have the lead vocals sent a little bit to our A bus, which is our reverb, and also sent to B, which is a tube delay. And this comes with that time and tone bundle. It's kind of a cool little sound. Just adds a little bit of interest to the vocals. And the reverb that I'm using is this TSAR 1R reverb. Again, comes with that time and tone bundle. It's a very cool reverb plugin that's super easy to use, and it has a lot of presets built into it to help get you started. And I also have a little bit of the guitar sent to the reverb and a little bit of drums sent to the reverb, plus some of the backing vocals sent in there as well. So it kind of will blend everything together, make it sound like it's sort of in the same space. And now on to our backing vocals. You can see I put the first two, backing Vox 1 and 2, into a group or a bus. And I don't have any effects on the individual tracks. Just on this bus, I have the red EQ, the red compressor, and again, that mid-side rack EQ in there. And that's it for that. And we also have this third backing vocal, which is just like a ah part. And on this track, I have the red EQ and the red compressor, and that is it. Now, the last thing in here is our master track. And on the master, I have this master full chain, which is an Ableton Live audio effect. And I just dragged it down in here. I've added a little bit of bass gain, took away some of the highs, and added a little bit of compression in there. That was about it for that. Then at the end here, we have our Drummer S73, which is that excellent master track effect. And with this, you can go in and dial in a preset if you want, start from there, or it's very easy just to work with on its own. For this, I wanted a wider mix, so you would just click on wide mix down here, and then you can just dial in how much of it you want to add with this big knob here. You can also adjust the wet and dry mix of it and add more gain if you want, and you can even turn on this air effect, which kind of brings out some more brightness and highs. It's awesome that all of this came included in that bundle, and if you want to check out this full song, I've included a link to it on YouTube, so you can check it out on YouTube. You don't have to leave. And the full song sounds pretty good. Let me know what you think of it. And if you want to check out more information and the review I did on the Focusrite Scarlett Solo Studio Bundle, click the video on the screen right now. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching. For Audio Tech TV, I'm Zane. Keep creating, and we'll talk soon.